So I already have a model, okay, in my mind. And then I'm comparing it with the real data of that research. Hello friends, today we are going to have a discussion on highly crucial topic, that is ideal type, given to us in sociology by Max Weber. So ideal type is a research tool. It's a conceptual device which helps sociologists to examine various social phenomena and their characteristics in a scientific manner. So let's have a quick and very interesting discussion on ideal types. So we will see today how by using different ideal types, Max Weber has encouraged thinkers to use this concept to examine various social settings in society. So it is not an actual existing thing. Here we have to emphasize our attention that in reality we do not have any ideal type. It is mere in our abstraction. It is just like a navigating device for us to understand truth in society. Okay, so in actuality there is no existence. It's a conceptual construct which is created by sociologists to highlight and emphasize certain features of social reality. Further, we'll understand what it actually is. So, the major characteristics of ideal type is abstraction. Okay, so it's abstraction. We have various abstract concepts. Okay, now we create certain model in our mind to understand different social realities. So we can say that ideal type is an abstraction. It is constructed by emphasizing certain traits or elements that the sociologist considers crucial for understanding the phenomena. It is like an analytical tool. It is an analytical tool, so we create certain ideal types in our mind and then we compare and contrast with its existing reality. I'll further explain it with examples. So you have to understand that ideal types are only analytical tool. So there is no reality there is no empirical reality. It is real in our mind, definitely, when we are characterizing certain characteristics of any social phenomena. It is real in our mind, but in action it is not there. Okay, so it's an analytical tool. Do remember this point, that it is an analytical tool. Why to have analytical tool? So that we can compare and contrast. So when we compare and contrast, we can definitely assess how closely a particular case or situation aligns with our ideal types. So I have created certain ideal types in my mind. Now I am comparing it with real situation. Okay, so this is another point. So it helps us to clarify concepts. It is a heuristic device, and this is a very important point to explain for ideal types. So ideal types serve as a heuristic device. What does it mean? So it is like a device which guides researcher. Okay, so it's like a hypothesis. Okay, so it helps researchers in exploration of social reality. Now, Max Weber have explained it with one ideal type, that is bureaucracy. So what is bureaucracy? Bureaucracy is an ideal type. Okay, because when we create ideal type, it simplifies our theories. Okay, we can have better understanding of our abstraction. So definitely it simplifies our social problems. Now Max Weber have explained this ideal type with very famous example, that is bureaucracy. Okay, so bureaucracy, according to Max Weber, he has created certain abstractions and these are the characteristics. Okay, so what you will find that in a bureaucracy you have hierarchy, okay, you have formal selections, there is a specialization of work. The kind of relationship which we share in a bureaucratic organization, it is impersonal. We have our constitution, that is the rules and regulation. It is written by management. So we do have some sort of rules and regulations. Now, in reality, we all know that all these characteristics is not maybe present in every bureaucratic situation, okay, but we will see it is like a benchmark for us to define bureaucracy, okay. So in reality, no organization perfectly embodies this ideal type, but it serves as a benchmark for understanding and evaluating different bureaucratic structures. So this is what we have to understand. So if I have to examine any bureaucracy, I can have this model in my mind, and when I am on the field to understand any bureaucratic organization, I'll try to navigate myself with this type of characteristic. So I will see its hierarchical nature, I'll try to see its rules and regulation. So I already have a model, okay, in my mind, and then I'm comparing it with the real data of that research. Okay, another example we can take, that is ideal type in teaching. So this is a very lucid example which I am giving to all of you to understand it better. Imagine you want to understand what makes a perfect teacher, or you want to study on teachers. Okay, so what you have done, instead of looking at every teacher in the world, you create an ideal type of a teacher. Okay, and then you have written certain characteristics of a ideal type of that teacher. Okay, so you will say that perfect teacher will have following characteristics, right? Now this ideal type is not an actual person but a model that helps you to think what makes a good person, and then you can compare and contrast. Now you need to also understand this, that these ideal types are not idealistic in nature. So it is not only related with positive attributes. So you can understand various other factors in society. For instance, if you want to understand what type of criminals we have in society, what is the nature of crimes, so we again create certain ideal types, certain characteristics. So in my mind, I have created ideal types of crime, and then when I'll go in the field, I'll compare and contrast. So this is a major understanding of ideal type. So this is what we will understand. It is a very in a simpler manner we need to see. It's a highly important concept. So we need to understand that how this ideal type actually helps researcher to investigate and bring down various empirical data. Thank you. I hope you like my lecture.